Alright YouTube, Aion 2 just got its first big update in Korea. And this is the first one where I went, okay, now I'm listening. The update is called Chapter 1, Land of Sand and Frost. Kind of generic, but this is not our global launch version. But it is matters because global is planned for September 2026 on PC through the Steam and Purple. Korea and Taiwan are ahead of us for a year at least. So their live version is the best preview we have. Not a promise, not a guarantee, but a very useful warning label for what Aion 2 is becoming, right?
Epic PLK.
Quick pause. This part is supported by Lagerfest. Thank you guys. If you want to try Aion 2 before global, or if you want to try any other game and have a good connection, the right client, the right server, ping, language and all the tools around it. Here's what I would use Lagerfest for. You download it from the link in the description. Search for Aion 2, choose Korea or Taiwan and press Boost. That gives you cross-server acceleration. Lagerfest also helps with the Purple client and verify Taiwan server access, which makes testing Aion 2 much easier before global. Then there is one-click translation. If you are playing on another region and you don't know the language, this is a big deal, because guessing every menu is not a gameplay, it is suffering. And the main tool that I wanted to show you guys is DPS Tracker. It shows real-time team damage ranking during the group content. Imagine, like in World of Warcraft for example, and it breaks damage down by skill, summon, stone and even dots. So you can actually see what is doing damage, what is useless and who is useless, and where your build is losing power. I mean, it's a lot of cool stuff there. And specifically for you guys, new users get a free 3 hours trial and the code PLK gives you 30% off. So why not? Thank you Lagerfest. And we continue.
Epic PLK.
One small timeline thing, Korea got Aion 2 first and Chapter 1 arrives months after the launch. For global, I do not think we should expect the exact same time to wait. Usually global version launch with some fixes already included, or they try to catch up faster, like in Throne Liberty for example. But the update still shows the order of priorities. New class, zones, progression, PE, PvP, this is important, side systems and monetization. Let's talk about that. First, Chapter 1. The word chapter matters because NCSoft is moving from smaller season-style updates into bigger content drops. This one is not just a tiny event and a costume shop. It is a proper MMO update. New class, new regions, right? Higher caps, by the way, more group content, more PvP, more things to do outside the combat. The new class, this is a cool thing. The new class is Fistmaster, also called Kwonseong in Korea. I hope I pronounced it properly. And yes, Fistmaster. Fistmaster, not First Master. Anyway, Fist first sounds like an old teacher. Fist sounds like meme, but anyway. Fistmaster sounds like he walks into a dungeon and picks violence as his main stat, right? The class fights with the fists and feet. It builds rage, then enters a berserk state that changes its skills. It dashes in, attacks from the front, pushes and pulls the enemies and stays close instead of hiding in the back. Like proper brawler class. So the fantasy is simple. Fast melee brawler, you fly in, you punch things, you keep pressure. Aion 2 already has wings, magic, floating islands and shiny angel armor. Fistmaster adds something more direct, I will say. What do you think? You understand it immediately, and that matters because most people choose MMO through the classes. I mean, we all choose MMO through the classes. Prism. Before they care about the system, they ask, what am I going to main?
Epic PLK.
Next is Eltnen and Morheim. These are returning zones from old Aion. Eltnen is tied to Helios. Morheim is tied to Asmodeans. So for old players, this is a nostalgia moment. But the important part is that these zones are not coming back empty. They come with the new story quests, sealed dungeons, and outposts. Story quests give you a reason to move through the zone, right? Sealed dungeon gives you repeatable PD, also really important for MMORPG, not just the grind, the spots somewhere in a random map. Outposts give you the map points that can matter, places to travel to, fight around, and use as objectives. This is what I want from Aion 2. This is cool. Not only a beautiful world, but a useful world. We already know that the game can look good, right? The real question is what you do there after the first few evenings. Progression is also moving forward. The level cap goes from 45 to 50. That means new character growth, new goals, and a reason for max level players to move again. The stigma cap goes from 20 to 25. Stigmas are part of how your class opens up. So this gives builds more room, more skills, more choices, more power. It's always really good for the online RPGs for sure, man. Party size goes from 4 to 5, also a big change. This sounds small, but it changes group content for sure, like completely. 4 players parties feels clean. 5 player parties feel more like MMO. More roles, more chaos, more different roles in the same group, more room for someone to die first and type something toxic. Anyway, the attack power caps is removed, so a new gear slots are added, like Pendant, Seal, and Stats, Arcana, simple version, more gear layers to chase. It's MMO, it's good. In another genre, that might sound annoying. In MMORPG and Korean one, this is basically the breakfast. We want upgrades, we just want them to feel fair. Now, PD gets 2 important pieces: Sealed Dungeons and Expedition. Trial. Sealed Dungeons gives the new zone repeatable content. Expeditions, on the other hand, the trials, lets players add difficulty debuffs to expeditions and push weekly score ranking. What it will give you, I don't know, but sounds fun. This is a good idea if the rewards are right. It means PD is not only clear daily, close the game. You can push harder, compare scores and improve. It also gives sweaty players a proper place to be sweaty, so they don't appear in normal dungeons and start teaching everyone like it's the school. Now, PvP. Let's talk about that. This is where Aion has to feel like Aion. Chapter 1 adds Occupation Battle, a 10 minutes point capture mode with normalized stats. So proper PvP, like Guild Wars 2, for example. Normalized stats are the key part. Aion 2 has monetization concerns, right? Right. And PvP is where that becomes really dangerous. If people feel PvP is decided by wallet or gear gap, they will not be calm about it. And normalized mode gives at least one space where skill and the team play should matter more. The 10 minutes format is also smart. Why? Because not everyone can join a huge war every night for hours. A short mod is easy to enter, easy to understand, and easy to repeat. You fight over points, your team ignores the objectives, you lose. You say nothing, you queue again, classic. But you can win as well, and it will be fun. Looks like, I don't know, we need to try. So chapter 1 also adds Outland, a 100 player battle royale mode. I am not sold yet, but it could be fun as hell. Or it could be that in 2 weeks. But I like that NCSoft is testing different PvP formats for the MMO genre, instead of only adding another dungeon queue. Then there is the future tease as well. Sailing, fishing, and housing on the floating islands. I mean, come on. World of Warcraft just needs 20 years to make it, and these guys are throwing it right away. Why? They need more for our money, because this is the pay-to-win game. But it looks like it will be not so hard pay-to-win on global. So I keep hoping the hopium growing in me. But this is not the main update things. It is good sign for shape of the game, right? A strong MMO needs things that are not only combat. Fishing at night, a house nobody visits, sailing somewhere because the sky looks cool. These things are not efficient, but they make the world feels like a place, not just a menu with with the wings. So now, monetization. In Korea, NCSoft is consolidating membership into one premium membership. They are also making special grade costumes and pets shareable at the server level, adding optional pet auto loot, and planning a membership exclusive battle pass later. Some of this is good, like one membership is easier to understand than the several small subscriptions. Server-wide pets and costumes are better than buying the same things again, I guess. And auto loot is useful because nobody wakes up excited to pick up trash manually. So it's kind of okayish. But this is still the dangerous part for the global. Western report says that the global version is also expected to simplify monetization. And that's what they're saying right now in the interviews and the latest videos. But trade and auction house access is tied to subscription in the detail people. And this is the detail that people will watch closely. I don't think that I have any problems with that, but still, we need to be cautious. Because cosmetics are one thing, a battle pass can be okay if it's not disgusting. But if the economy feels locked behind the payment, global players will not call as a good thing. They will call it a big problem. So my read is this. The content side of Chapter 1 is strong. The monetization side looks cleaner than the launch, but still not safe enough to ignore. So, after July 1st, I want to see one thing. Do players stay? If Fistmaster is fun, the new zones have life, if PvE and PvP get repeated, to play, then Aion 2 becomes much more interesting before global, even launch. For now, still not sold, but more hopium in my veins. I'm definitely more interested than before. Chapter 1 is the first real test of Aion 2 after the launch, and probably the clearest preview so far of MMO we might actually get. I was really happy to see you guys. If you like this type of the videos, I will do a lot of content about Aion 2, for sure, man, if it will be not a flop. And I will continue to do it before it will be globally launched. So, if you like it, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.